There's a whole lot of incredibly good-looking people in the audience. I'm just going to say that first off. So thank you. I'm incredibly privileged to stand before you all tonight, and I won't keep you here too long. I do have a habit of talking a lot. First off, I want to say the very first Diamond speech I ever saw was, and I hope that I say this correctly, Ciara Gomez. Watching her speech was all about belief, and it was just incredibly moving, incredibly powerful. And what I took away from that was the very next time that I attend a world conference, I'm going to be on this stage as a diamond. And here I am. So I want to start off by thanking the company, because that's the reason that we're all here today. So to Lonnie and David and Richard, thank you. Thank you for having the vision, for creating the dedication and the drive to do this. To Melissa Chambers for coming all the way to Australia and providing that support and just being an absolute rock star in everything you do. She's a bit of a fave. I just don't want to make her angry at me. Then we've got corporate, and Connie, you're absolutely amazing. I say to my community, you can't break anything in the back office, but believe me, I have come close to doing that. And to Lindsay, it was a privilege doing New Edge Council with you. I absolutely admire you. You're amazing. And to everybody else in corporate, you're just 100% committed. If I was in traditional business, I'd be honoured to have you in my business, for sure. So I'm going to give you a little bit about me, and the reason why I'm not going to go into too much depth is the danger of telling you too much about me might leave you feeling like you know or understand who I am. And one of the things I love and was drawn to this business was the fact of the privilege of hearing your story. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a snippet of who I am, because I want the privilege to be able to hear your story and get to know who you are, because it is the best part of this business. So I've worked in child protection, or used to work in child protection, for 19 years. And I loved that career. And I worked really, really hard to protect children. And it was something I never saw myself ever leaving. So there's a little bit of a difference between this, but I'm going to share with you a bit later on how similar it is for me. So I'm a mother of 2 kids. I'm married. I've always been hardworking at everything that I've done. I give 100% to anything. A little bit competitive, started life doing a lot of sport. I am, by those that know me, the original face planter. So when I say committed, a couple of days before my products arrived, I decided to accidentally injure my face. And it was, for those that have seen my before and afters, I'm just going to put that under the umbrella of completely committed. I've always been community-minded. I've helped a lot, even at a young age, of going out to remote Aboriginal communities, and just been really passionate of helping people be connected to sport that are not privileged. And I think that's it next. So I'm going to share with you how I heard about Nucerity. And I want to share this with you because a lot of us overthink what we do and how we say it and how we share with people. Now, the person that shared with me is none other than Martine Wallace. Bit of a cool cat, yeah? So I've done a bit of training and facilitation in my background, and I can tell you that that presentation was one of the worst I have ever seen. So I'm watching a presentation on it from a laptop with an iPad facing it, and the phone was not, the connection or voice was not working, so we were actually on speaker. And as funny as that is, that wasn't perfect, I just want to remind you that just share from your heart, because the one thing that really connected for me was that this was a passionate person that had a very similar career that I had, that just took that risk and knew that this was 100% the right place to be. I also had to wait about 3 weeks to get a response call, so clearly that's about me. You've got to keep me keen by treating me a little bit mean. So I want to talk about the reason why I said yes to the company, which is actually my husband, who can't be here tonight. We've been together a very long time. We've worked really hard together, and we've grown together. So we met each other quite young, and he always saw that there was more than just working to pay bills, more than committing and sacrificing. I said I wasn't going to cry. If it wasn't for him looking into residual income and understanding how powerful it is, it was Matthew that said to me that this is the company and the time is now. So thank you, babe, I love you. I want to say thanks to my family, to my mum and dad, baby boomers. They've encouraged me and inspired me incredibly through my entire life, and would never really say that I couldn't achieve anything, just that they supported and loved me unconditionally. I've got a really strong connection with my siblings, so I just want to share something quickly. To my brother, thank you for asking me all the time, every day, if I'm okay. You're the heart of our family. To my sister, Hayley, she's just determination wrapped up in a bundle. She used to be the quietest, and now she's the absolute loudest. I love you. To my sister, Michaela, she inspires me. She absolutely just makes a decision, owns it, and follows her heart and doesn't really care about anybody else, and I love that. For James, from the firstborn to the lastborn, I will still beat you at any sport. So watch out, we haven't skied together yet. To somebody else, this is a dedication to somebody that is what I consider a life mentor. When I came into child protection, I didn't necessarily, that wasn't something I saw myself doing. But I met a beautiful person that's now passed on called Ada Foster. I want to acknowledge her purely because she really connected me to understanding how powerful we can be when we connect with people, when we listen to who and what they've experienced, and the power that we have to influence people. And I will not forget the little 3-year-old child that refused to be interviewed by anybody else but myself. And that defined why I will always help and why I'm doing what I do. So to my mentors, I'm going to talk about Eva Bergstrom first. Now, Eva came over and visited us in Perth, and it was absolutely amazing. And she gives 100%. So thank you, Eva. I want to just acknowledge something. Eva stayed with me, and I freaked out. And I'm thinking, how on earth do I? And Marty's like, no, she's fine, that's great. And Eva was fine, and she was great, and she's amazing in every way. She happened to leave a book at my house. I won't name the book, but of course anything that Eva touched, I either wanted to keep or I wanted to use. I read that book and it really, really solidified that this is the place that I want to be. Now, I'm not encouraging you to steal things from Diamonds throughout the night, but I have brought that book back to you because I did actually make myself a promise that I wasn't going to give it back until I reached Diamond. So you can have it back now. To Debbie and Ken, you guys are absolutely just amazing. And I love the fact that we connect over stories. I just totally understand that. And you've just got the biggest heart. Thank you. I want to acknowledge AK, Paps, Kimmy, Veronica, Shaz, all of you guys welcomed me on board from afar so incredibly arms wide open. So thank you, because I felt like I was in a family straight away. I want to send love to my twin, Nikki, who's my accountability buddy. If you don't have somebody to keep you accountable, or that other person in this business, spend tonight working around this room and find somebody. Because that relationship I have for life. And sending her and, I've gone completely blank, Harper, love. Now I'm going to talk about the two most incredible mentors that I've had, and that is the Wallaces. Definitely spoiled. It's never a dull moment. I really don't want to cry too much, but You guys help people in a way that is so difficult to even comprehend duplicating. So I thank you for everything. Thank you for investing your time. You still have to invest your time. I'm not running away yet. I'm not going to say that. No. And I want to thank my cousins, Kelly and Dee, who couldn't be here tonight either. From the very beginning, they have seen the vision that I've seen. And this has brought us in touch as a family like we haven't been. They work relentlessly. We all work together, and they have the most sincere and beautiful hearts. So I really want to thank them. I want to thank the community that came with me all the way to Houston. Lucy, you're an incredibly giving and passionate person. I'm so privileged to have met you. Amanda, Trenna, Jody, Sam, Sherry here from the States, and my beautiful Dolly. Most of you may have already met Dolly. And also to my New Zealand family, Maria and Lucy. My mum was born in New Zealand, so this business has really given me a purpose to really connect to my culture, and I'm really privileged to have met you and be on this journey alongside you. So I want to share, just as I wrap this up, because the time's up, I want to share my vision. So the connection I see between this and child protection is that a lot of that time I was actually restricted with ideas that I knew would improve the well-being of children due to red tape. My vision for Nucerity is that it is the vehicle that will enable me to provide better outcomes for children across Australia and create fierce futures. And I'm not the only one in my community that wants that. So thank you, Nucerity. One last thing. If I can get up here, you can get up here. I achieved Diamond 1 week from Christmas. So I set you that challenge. You deserve to be on this stage, and I'd love to hear your Diamond speech. Thank you.